It's Tracey and Noelle. They're gonna make you LOL on 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Hello and welcome to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. I am your host, comedian Tracey Carnazzo, joined by my lovely, beautiful co-host that you could see right now, right here, because we're recording this right there on YouTube, Noelle Herzog.
Hello, I have a cheetah tiger wall.
I don't have
wall.
anything. I got a brand new camera and I set it all up. I got so pumped. I was like, finally, we're coming back to YouTube. I'm going to have my brand new camera. And then I was like, oh, the battery's dead.
You were so pumped.
I was super pumped. I was so pumped that I put color of the season eyeshadow on.
I see it.
Which I just realized is tennis ball colored.
It is tennis ball colored.
I never really thought about that.
Yeah. Okay. I could see that.
That's why I'm so good at tennis.
You look good. You look much better in bolder colors than I do.
I thought you were going to say you look so much better in person.
No, you look so much better in bolder colors than I do.
I'm bold. What do you want me to say? I'm bold.
I don't want you to say anything.
I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
Episode 228 of 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk. We're here to talk about The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 3, and we have some big announcements to make.
Okay, what are they?
First big announcement. We have a brand new podcast available only on Patreon, exclusive to Patreon, called
So Pumped. And Vanderpump Rules podcast.
Yeah, it's called So Pumped. It's us recapping Vanderpump Rules. I've never watched it. Noelle has. Noelle's an expert. I am a beginner.
Yeah, so it's like, it's fun. It's so fun to watch you watch it because it's like, oh my God, I remember watching this for the first time. And I'm like, what's happening here?
Well, I'm watching it for the first time. That's what's happening. And it's just so fun. And I am so pumped.
I am so pumped. I can't wait to record the next episode. We've already done two.
I know. So go over to patreon.com/trash talk podcast. The link is right down there in the show notes and join the super duper level or above.
Or above, because you love us.
The other thing that I want to talk to you about, a lot of people are like, oh my God, I can't believe I have to wait a whole week to listen to 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk.
Yeah.
We have a solution for you that you guys may not know about. If you join the 90 Day Fiance elite level on Patreon, you get the podcast the day we record it up to a week early.
So you get it now.
You get it right now.
Yeah, now.
But other people have to listen to it then.
Right. So would you rather go now or then?
Now or then?
I'm going to say now.
You decide. Patreon.com/trash talk podcast. I have another announcement to make.
Wow. Okay.
But I forgot what it was. Oh, I remembered now.
Okay.
Thank you, Tracey.
Okay.
You're welcome, Tracey. So we are coming to a point in our lives right now that TLC and Discovery Plus are like, hey, Noelle and Tracey, we do not like them.
Right.
And it's hurting our feelings. And so what they've done to show us how much they don't like us, they're starting a new season of 90 Day Fiance before the 90 days.
The other way.
Oh, sorry. The other way. Just very quickly. When is that?
It's July 11th, I believe it premieres.
Right. So there's going to be two shows on at the same time. Therefore, we will be covering The Other Way on Patreon.
Right. So right now, Sundays is before the 90 days.
Right.
Mondays will be The Other Way. So we'll
I wish I could go the other way.
The Other Way on Patreon. Like this summer, no life. We're going to be doing like 7 podcasts.
No. Okay, good. Because I was wondering if I wanted to go outside and then I guess I don't.
Lucky for me, I don't like outside.
I love outside.
I know you do. You're the one suffering here, not me.
Great.
Don't
Thanks
threaten
so much,
me
guys.
with staying home.
Oh, that makes me so sad. All right. So let's jump in the pool. The Other Way, Season 6, Episode 3. I am upset by this whole episode.
Yeah, I don't love anything that happens here.
No, I don't feel good about it. That's the thing.
Neither do I. And again, I just don't like watching people get taken advantage of.
Absolutely. So we're going to start off with Amanda and Razvan.
Speaking of don't like.
Okay. The first thing I notice about this episode is Amanda's very heavy accent.
Tracey, I wrote the same thing down. Like, why does she suddenly have an accent?
She has an accent. This is a very common thing that happens with Americans.
Yes.
I don't know if it happens with other cultures too, but I can only notice it in Americans.
Yeah. It's like if anybody talks to someone that their first language is a different language, suddenly an American has an accent. That isn't, it's
that doesn't
same,
match.
No,
it's not the same accent.
We all have this one accent.
Yes.
That it doesn't go with anything else. Yes.
It's called an American, I don't know, accent.
Yes. Like you could be talking to someone who speaks Spanish, speaks Italian, speaks French, speaks Chinese, whatever.
It doesn't matter. You have
we all have the same accent.
You have the same accent. You speak slowly. You speak in broken English.
And you speak like louder even.
A lot louder.
Yeah.
I had
broken English.
a neighbor that was Chinese. They were from China. They were here. They were not even first. They were immigrants from China. And my dad, to communicate with my neighbor, would speak very loud.
Yes.
Because I don't know if you know this. I'm a linguist.
Oh, okay. Sure you are.
You know how you know that? Because of how I said linguist.
Okay. Well, that's how I know.
So in linguistics,
okay.
I was a linguistics major for 7 years in college.
Oh, a lot of years. Okay.
A lot of years. I'm a doctor of language.
Oh, a doctor. Okay.
Of language.
Okay, of language. Okay.
It's like a sandwich and a language.
I love sandwiches.
And it's not that we don't all speak the same language. Because we do. Ultimately, everyone in the world speaks the same language. It's the volume that you speak. So if you just speak louder, people do understand you.
Okay.
I learned that in school.
So you're a famous linguist now. You know, I remember in Donnie Darko, I know there's not many people who've seen this movie, but very good movie.
Yeah.
Donnie Darko, Drew Barrymore says like a famous linguist says that cellar door was like the most beautiful 2 words put together in the
You should
English
name
language.
a baby that maybe.
Isn't that weird? Cellar door.
It's like Celadoro.
I love Celadoro. The S cookies, nothing beats it.
See?
Nothing beats it in coffee.
My favorite Celadoro cookie was the ones that are shaped like that. Like what would you call this shape?
Well, my favorite is the S cookie. That's not an S
I like
cookie?
the ones that are they're sugar free, but they're not sugar free because
my mother.
No, but they're not sugar free because you've added something else. They just never had sugar in them.
That's what my mother's favorite is.
Yeah, and then they dissolve in your mouth.
My mother wants a sugar-free cookie, but without any sugar at all. Just like a cracker.
It's like
cookie.
a wafer. It's like it was like the communion wafers of Celadoro. It was like if an horchata married a communion wafer.
Okay.
Married the shape of a Frito.
Shit, why can't I see the Celadoro cookie?
Oh, let me see if
because I know they have the long one with the ridges.
This was a diabetes friendly top.
One. Of course, you would have that in your snack wells every night. Snack wells were the shit though, and they don't sell them anymore. And now, if you go to the Snack Wells website, it's like, oh, but please check out Skinny Girl products, and it's like, I don't fucking want Skinny Girl products. They have nothing to do with Snack Wells.
That's terrifying.
There's like a whole thing about how Snack Wells is gone now, like a goodbye letter, and then at the bottom it says like, check out Skinny Girl. Like I ever want an aspartame cookie in my life.
I don't want an aspartame cookie.
No, I don't want a stevia.
I'm sorry,
cookie.
Noelle. We have to stop talking about aspartame because I can't curse on this podcast. And that's how I feel.
Wow. That is a curse. It's a bad word, Tracey.
Why? Did I make these up in my head? I didn't.
I have never seen this in my whole life. I don't think you made it up, but maybe they don't. No, they would come up if you Googled them, though.
No, I'm Googling them. And nothing's happening.
Are you Googling diabetic friendly Celadoro?
Celadoro.
This is what the people are here to hear. They're here to hear.
Wafts? Are they wafts?
I don't know what a waff is.
I don't know what that is either, but that came up. Celadoro. I really thought they were diabetic. They were delicious. They just melted right in your mouth. Guys, if you're listening to this and you know what I'm talking about, can you please go to the Facebook group, 90 Day Fiance Trash Talk, and post this because I need to know more. I would
love to know more about these Celadoro because Celadoros are the shit.
They're shaped like a scoop.
That's what I don't understand. What is this? This is like an horchata shape, I would think.
Yeah, it's like a scoop. It's like a scoop.
I have never seen a scooped Celadoro cookie.
Melt in your mouth.
Melt in your mouth?
That's what it says. Mouth in your mouth. I don't know. They're somewhere though. They're somewhere in this world.
And none of the Celadoro cookies are actually very sweet. That's what's good about them.
That is what's good about them. I always love the Italian cookies that looked like a loaf of bread.
Yes.
With
I'm gonna have to agree with this.
They were like football shaped.
Yes.
Delicious.
I have to agree with that.
They were like a little loaf of bread. Okay, sorry guys. Sorry guys.
We had to buy time.
It's just I feel like not even doing the podcast now. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So guys, Tracey's never gonna sleep tonight. Not that she really sleeps in general, but she's definitely not gonna sleep tonight. She's gonna
awake.
Yeah, I mean, same though. I just wake up 100 times a night to pee. So she's gonna text me at 2 a.m. and be like, "Found the fucking cookie.
Found the cookies. Wake up.
Yep.
Wake up. We have an emergency.
We have an emergency cookie situation. Next time you go to La Bella Market, get these cookies.
I can't. I'm gluten free.
No, for me, I have to try them.
Okay. So I don't know how we got on this, but she has an accent. So yada yada yada. She has an accent. So she also sleeps with her socks on. He's trying to be playful with her. She's not playing back.
Yeah, and she's just like, I always like to have socks on, blah blah blah. And he's like, just kidding. But he has a hickey.
He has a hickey, like Kanicki.
Interesting. Yes, he has a hickey, and I'm like, gross.
He got a bruise.
Hickeys were cool back in the day.
Okay, well, we're not back in the day. We're here now. And I went in a hot tub once, and I got a bruise on my back from one of the jets. And I felt like I was going to faint that I saw that in the mirror.
Do you never get bruises?
I actually hate them so much that they make me feel like I'm going to faint. So the fact that he got a hickey makes me feel ill.
Have you never had a hickey before?
I'm not like one for a bruise on my body.
No, like same. But I mean, when I was 18, I was different human being then.
Right. I don't know. Maybe I blocked it out.
Okay. I could see that.
She's also harping on things, but almost that it's not real. Like she just wants to start a fight.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing. She just wants to start a fight because she doesn't want to be there.
Right. So she's mad about the box of tissues.
For what? And then she has to like comment on them again. Why?
Right. So he's dancing in his underwear. He's trying to be silly with her.
He's actually fun.
I like him.
So do I.
All right. So anyway, they're getting ready to leave.
They're going to go to Old Town.
But he brings up her dead husband.
As we keep hearing about.
What a good chat. So now they're walking in Old Town and she seems pretty annoyed. And we find out why she's so upset.
Okay. Controversial take here. I don't like when people call their kids Junior.
Not controversial. I also don't like it. What's his name?
Okay. Right. She just calls him Junior.
What's his name?
I don't like that at all. It bothers me.
What's his name?
Right. What's his name?
Is he playing cards?
Right. What is this?
Is he at the cigar lounge? Why?
That's what I mean. Is his real name Cologito? Who is Junior?
What's his name?
I don't like it. Right. She just keeps calling him Junior. It bothers me.
I don't like it unless your name is Junior.
Which it's not.
Right. Or unless you're an 85-year-old Italian man.
Which is fine. Then I'll call you Junior.
I'll call you whatever you want.
Me too.
Okay. So she said that she called Junior. Now, I will say this. We don't know a lot about her kids, but we do know that her son has a lot of questions that are not appropriate for a 4-year-old to be asking. So I'm wondering where they're coming from.
Someone is saying
feeding him lines, right?
Yes.
So she said that she was on the phone with him and he said, Dada died. And she goes, why would he say that? Okay. I'm going to explain that. I'm going to take that question.
Go ahead. Do it. Okay. Do it.
Okay. Because it just happened.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I don't think it's anything that outlandish to say.
Right. So she said, now all of a sudden she thinks that she shouldn't have come.
Okay. I don't think
you just find out. Did he give you news?
Right. Did you just find out you're a widow?
So she's like, what would you do if I left early?
Because she wants to leave early anyway.
Right. But she wants him to also get mad at her. So she has a reason to leave early. Also, do you see what shirt he's wearing?
What shirt is he wearing?
Oh, I don't know if we could talk about it on the podcast.
I didn't notice his
He's
shirt.
wearing a blue bandana shirt.
Oh, I did notice he was wearing that. You think, okay. So Snoop Dogg would wear this shirt. Okay.
There's a walk.
Hanging out the backside, only on my left side. Yeah, that's a boop side. Yeah, okay. So the left side. I didn't say what it was. I said boop.
He has a certain kind of walk.
He has a certain kind of walk. He has a certain kind of walk. He wears blue.
Azul, if you will.
On his left side. Indigo even.
Woo!
Tracey's very scared. I'm not scared, but I won't say it because Tracey's scared.
Cyan.
What do you think is going to happen exactly if you said the word? But
I
won't
just
say
feel
it,
like
what do you think would happen?
We have such a large reach in the organized crime community.
So many juniors listen to us.
That I just feel like we don't need an entire group of people, if you will, to hear us question maybe a fashion choice that might make them
derail our teachings.
Thank you.
I don't think that there's a lot of that particular color in New York.
You don't think any Crips are listening to this?
Oh, well, Tracey.
Yeah.
Very bad girl. Nick, you better not use this clip.
Oh my God, please don't do that. All right. So they go to have some rooftop wine.
Yes.
And
it's funny because they go into this place. And I'm like, what is this place they're going into? Victoria. I did not think this would be a nice rooftop place.
It's a rooftop place. We start off with a total daylight.
Yes.
And this conversation that makes the sun just fall out of the sky.
It's a long talk.
He's like, I want to ask you if you would take my house key. And she's like, no, I won't be back here.
Why is she so mean?
She's like actually mean.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, I don't like her at all.
And he's like, I applied for a tourist visa and I can come to America. And she's like, well, that's not realistic.
He's so excited too.
He's like, no, it's actually very realistic. I did it. He's like, when you go back, I can come. And she's like, no, that's too soon. He's like, okay, then I'll wait. And she's like, that's also too soon.
Yeah. She doesn't even want him to wait.
Yeah. And he's like, I'll wait like 5 years. And she's like, that's also too soon. And I can't do that because your visa isn't real.
Right. Like no matter what he says, it's not good.
She's like, I'm actually busy that day.
Right. No, I can't do it. Sorry.
Someone recently asked me to do something with them. I don't remember who it was. And I said, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm busy that day. And they said, I didn't tell you when it was.
I was going to say, they probably didn't even give you a date, right?
Nope.
That's what I figured.
So now it's dark out. And she's like, I have to think about what's good for my kids. She's like, you don't care about my kids? My kids would not be okay with you coming here. She's like, you have to wait at least a year. So your kids that you were doing this for your kids. Remember, you were finding a chiseled dad for them. So now the kids are not okay with that.
Also, your kids know that you're there. He plays with them on FaceTime.
Right.
Like he speaks to them, but now it's not okay. Yeah, it's because she doesn't like him. She knows that this is wrong. Why
doesn't she like him though?
I don't know, to be honest with you, because I actually think he's pretty likable.
Out of all of these couples, I'm like, yeah, he seems like a regular nice guy.
Maybe she's just not ready.
Fine.
Yeah.
But like, why are we being mean?
Well, so that's the thing. Why be mean? Because he's actually pretty nice. He asks about your kids. He seems to care a little bit about your kids. So why are you being mean?
She might need to focus on herself.
100%.
This show is sponsored by BetterHelp, and it is so easy to get caught up in what everyone else needs from you and never take a moment to think about what you need from yourself.
Story of my life.
This is what she's doing right now.
It's true.
But when we spend all of our time giving, it could leave us feeling stretched thin and burned out.
Yes.
Therapy can give you the tools to find more balance in your life so you can keep supporting others without leaving yourself behind.
Okay.
I've benefited from therapy. Well, you've benefited from therapy.
I absolutely have.
And therapy is just good for a lot of things. It's helpful for learning positive coping skills and how to set boundaries. It empowers you to be the best version of yourself. And it isn't just for those who've experienced major trauma.
No, I think everyone can benefit from therapy.
If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge.
Love that.
It's the easiest thing.
I've done it. It's one button.
It's one button. You just click it.
One button.
Find more balance with BetterHelp. Visit betterhelp.com/fiance today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, HELP.com/fiance. It's going to be right there. You know where.
Show notes.
All right. So we're going to be moving on now to Misha.
No.
This ain't it.
Okay. This is not it. Nothing about this is it. Again, TLC. Wait, stop picking these people.
Why are we doing this?
I have very bad feelings. She looks like Megan Fox, but like drawn in a different font. You know what I mean?
Like, right, like drawn with your left hand.
Yeah, like yes, but like
no, she's not ugly at all.
She's not ugly, but it's like Megan Fox, but like in an alternate universe.
Sure.
Yeah, something
Megan
definitely
Fox's
off.
cousin.
Yeah, like cousin that went to St. Mary's or something.
Cousin that went upstate to school.
Yeah.
All right. So she works for the Catholic Church.
Mm-hmm.
She used to be a newscaster on the television.
Right.
And she's leading the rosary like a real jerk.
What the hell is this?
Why is she talking like that?
I don't know. Why is it's such a joke to me?
Well, don't laugh because she had a vision while she was vacuuming.
Tracey, okay. I want you guys to go to our Instagram or our Facebook group.
Okay.
Because I posted today an article and it explains her entire vision.
Oh,
a lot of things. No, a lot of things happen. She also sent a picture of the double suns that she sees to
in her head. She printed it out.
She said she saw it and she took a picture of it and she sent it to one of her friends. But you know, it's funny because the picture just doesn't exist anymore. Everybody lost it. Nobody saved it. Yeah, she ran into a demon on the road that day, but she had to pick her kids up from school. Like lots of things happened. So I want you guys to read this article. I posted it on Instagram.
Okay. So she was
90-day podcast.
Okay, but
yeah,
I do want to kind of say that I might have a similar experience.
Okay,
so
a double sun experience.
She said that she had a vision while she was vacuuming.
Right.
Sometimes when I'm vacuuming, I feel like I hear the phone ring.
Okay, that's interesting. You like your cell phone? Obviously. Are you hearing it vibrating or you're hearing it ring?
No, I'm hearing it ring. But then
you have an episode. Okay.
Sometimes when I'm filling the bathtub up,
I
feel like I hear the phone ring. I think it's just the frequency.
Yeah, I could see that. I could see the vacuum and my phone ringing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I have little things like that. Or
Jesus.
Or Jesus, you know, one or the other. Yeah, okay, that makes sense.
It's either Jesus or the noise.
Right. Oh, one or the other.
Which is the funny thing is, Jesus and the Noise was the first band he was ever in.
Jesus and the Noise. Good one. Good one. We're podcasting after 10 p.m.
This is what happens. This is what happens.
After 10 p.m.
Our entire religion is going to revoke us because of this podcast.
No, I mean, honestly, do you believe what she's saying?
No.
You think that this is all a farce? Or do you think she's
I think that she thinks she believes it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think she believes it.
So do I. Okay.
Yeah.
I think so
no,
too.
I don't.
A lot of people don't think so.
I don't think this is an act for TV.
Yeah.
I think that she's whack. I mean, she has a job with the Catholic Church.
Yeah. I think she's
also
wacky.
All right. Well,
right.
So she was led to the Bible. Right. She read it all.
She read it fully, front page to last.
And she moved. When she was younger, she had moved to Sweden. She had married when she was 22.
Exchange student. Yeah.
Yeah. She had 2 kids. And then after her divorce, she became a crazy party girl. And she got all of the filler.
I mean, she just got all of it.
All the emptiness that she felt, she filled.
Okay, so she's filled with Jesus and the fillers.
She is filled with God's love.
Jesus and the fillers. That's his second band.
Oh my God. Do you remember Jesus? Do you remember their second album?
What was the name of
Jesus
it, Tracey?
It was self-titled.
And also, I love your little saved Mandy Moore thing. Very good.
Do you remember the single from Jesus and the Fillers' second album? The first single?
Remind me.
Fill Her Up.
Is it PHIL? That's for another podcast, though.
Oh, guys, go to patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast if you want to hear the rest of that. All right. So she said that after her divorce, after she was vacuuming, she said all I could do was all I could talk about was the Bible and going to church. No, it sounds fun.
And that's why nobody wanted to be friends with her anymore. And she knew it was a lot.
Okay. Self-awareness is good.
Right. Okay.
She's a little crooked.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like Megan Fox, but on Mars.
Right.
You know?
All right. So now we meet Nicola.
Nicola.
He's 46. He lives with his mom in Israel, and he lives he lives with her, and his grandmother was a nun, but he lives with his mom in Galilee. Do you know Galilee?
Wait, I know this. Tell me more.
All right. Do you want me to sing you a song about it?
Do it, because I know this. I can hear it in my head already. Do it.
This is a very
the Magic Dragon?
No. One day our Lord was teaching by the Sea of Galilee. The crowds had come from miles around his miracles to see. As the sun began descending at the ending of the day, the disciples turned to Jesus and they all began to say, "What a bunch of lunch we need. What a bunch of folks to feed. There's no food here in the desert. What a bunch of lunch." So this is
I thought we were going to do like Peter, Paul, and Mary.
No. That's the Sea of Galilee. That's where Jesus used to teach.
Okay.
So this is a story in the Bible. I think it's told in all four Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. I think in John it was chapter 6. It was the story of the loaves and fishes.
You're making your mom very proud right now. I want you to know.
I don't think she would know this.
So no, this is very specific.
Yeah, I will say this. I would go to church with a missal. Do you know about this?
And
this
I'm sure I do.
This can be confirmed. So it was all of the readings that you know when you go to mass and they have like a reading. I didn't realize that they don't just pick them. Like the church tells you in whatever, I forgot what it's called.
Interesting. I thought they just picked them.
No. You remember there was the 2 times in church. It was regular time, and then it was also like the Lenten time. It's called something else.
Yes.
Okay. So depending on what day it is, that's the readings for the week.
Interesting.
And it cycles every single year.
Okay.
So I had a missal, so I knew every single gospel that was going to be read, and I knew every single reading that was going to be read that day, and I would read along.
See, this doesn't surprise me. When you are into something, you are into it. It was way. I think you were a little bit.
If you had to go anyway, wouldn't you want to look at the program?
I mean, the thing is, like, I went to very serious Catholic school my whole life.
Yeah.
I wasn't carrying around the program of the day. That's a Tracey. That is an exclusive to Tracey thing. I must tell you.
Okay, if you had to
jump in with all of your feet.
I mean, I was there anyway.
When you I'm actually so glad you don't have like hobbies like I do, like these weird little craft things, because your house would be a Hobby Lobby, because you get like, if you like something, you fucking like it.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. So I'm like, thank God this girl doesn't like paint or like scrapbook or something.
I'd be living in a scrapbook.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. And then you'd be like, coupons, Michaels. Watch what I could do to these guys. Yeah.
Like you're describing you. Okay,
yeah,
that's fine.
Much.
Noelle, I want to tell you something that's very confusing.
I would love to hear it.
Okay. His grandmother, was a nun in Nazareth.
Right.
Okay. Go through that with me.
Grandmother.
How is this his grandmother? This is either his father's mother or his mother's mother. Yes.
Sure. Yes.
Was a nun.
Right. How does that make sense? Because aren't nuns virgins?
No, they're not virgins. They're celibate.
Right, but aren't they virgins?
Not necessarily. There's no
I
rule.
thought nuns were I think there's a rule that nuns have to be virgins. I swear to you.
Do you think she had in vitro?
But not even okay. So maybe she had in vitro, but like, okay. So she was like a married lady with a kid, but she was a nun.
Okay. The vow of chastity or celibacy means that the Catholic nuns and sisters do not marry or engage in romantic behavior or sexual acts of any kind. This vow frees her from the demands of an exclusive human relationship so that she can give her all to love to God and through God, all people. Nuns who do not have to be virgins but must remain celibate must dedicate their professional and personal lives to church work, often invoking the vow of charity.
So my friend Danielle, her aunt was going to be a nun.
Yeah.
And she was like adamant about being a virgin your whole life. Like forever and ever.
I mean, if that's your dream to be a nun, I guess
that was her
dream.
She didn't want it didn't happen, but she remained a virgin her whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that happens to people.
Yeah. That's neither here nor there. But it was just a question.
Right. So
yes, his grandmother was a nun.
Your grandmother.
Also, your grandmother's a nun, but neither of your parents grew up with religion.
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like, this is all very. Is it your grandmother, like your spiritual grandmother who was like a tree in the forest?
Yes.
Okay, that's what I was thinking.
It's like, no, or is it like your crazy neighbor? You know what? Not crazy neighbor, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is. I don't think this is your grandmother because your parents didn't have any religion.
Right. Well, he runs a Catholic website, and I feel like telling him like, you should run a Catholic Instagram.
You should. He should have ads on his website too,
or a Catholic TikTok, because then you could be a Jesus influencer.
Oh, I like that. Okay.
Yeah, you could be a disciple.
Yeah, he could.
You can have your own gospel.
He could start writing hymns.
And hers.
Yeah, and hers. It would be great.
I could teach him some if he needs.
Oh, I'm sure you could.
So he's doing some novenas on the website.
Right, which is interesting because I've done many a novena in my life, and usually they're not that some particular ones are not that easy to find.
Well, he's got a website for it.
Good for him. And they're all there.
Okay, so now also in Israel, there's only 2% of the Catholic population.
Right.
Which also, do you know in the world there's only 2% of a Jewish population?
I did not know that, actually.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, that is actually pretty crazy.
All right. So he said that he will lead her to God. And then she said, quote, "You will be my Jesus boy."
I mean, that sounds like a kink to me. Yeah. Okay.
So she left her TV job.
Right.
And they've been talking for 7 years. Is that true?
That's what she said. Yeah, but they didn't admit they had feelings for each other until a few years in.
They were just Jesus chatting.
Right. Like, so he slid into her DMs.
And he was like, "Are you vacuuming?" The gospel. He's like, "Have you heard the good news?
Shark is on sale.
Have you heard the good news of my Lord and Savior?" She's like, "Who's that?" He's like, "Hello."
Go look out the window.
He's like, "Remember that guy in the band, Jesus and the Noise?" And she's like, "I don't know Jesus and the Noise." And he's like, "Okay, fine. Do you remember Jesus and the Fillers?" She's like, "Yeah,
yeah,
of course. That's like, yeah.
Yeah."
And he's like, "Yeah, that's who I was talking about." She's like, "Oh my God, I thought he was just a musician. I thought he was just really hot."
I follow their TikTok.
Oh God, I saw them open for you too.
Oh man.
All right. Well, I hope that religion's not real because I am going to HE double hockey stick.
Maybe that's my favorite. You know that. Maybe not though, because I mean, you could recite all of it.
That's true. I mean, I should. If I go to you know where, I think I don't know if there's gates down there, but I think that I should be able to do one redo, and they like pick a page of the Bible, and maybe like they read it to me and I translate it, or like they quote things from the Bible and like I could pick the guy that said it,
or they pick a word and you're like, I could sing a song about that.
I could sing a religious song about it.
Yeah. See, that is really your forte right there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
All right. Well. This is really for me. They put Misha on this for me.
They actually really did. Like, this is meant for you.
All right. So she's gonna go to Israel.
She's gonna go to Israel.
She meets with her sister.
Her sister's so pretty. She's so pretty. Everyone's so pretty.
I will say this. I think she has had a lot of things done to her face.
Me too.
but she's so pretty. And you know how I know she's so pretty?
How?
Her sister's really pretty and her daughters are beautiful.
Tracey, her daughter's name's Rhyme.
Yes.
And that very much made
Upsets
me
you.
realize the problem. That this problem has been going on long before she saw the double sons.
Right before, yeah, it's before she started vacuuming.
It's like Maria and Svea. That's really crazy to me. I can't believe it.
Well,
that's crazy.
She lived in Sweden. It could have been a lot of different IKEA names too.
Yeah, it's just ones that
it could have been like Waffelschampen
and Doofenschampen.
No. Sorry, Swedish people. I don't mean to mock your language.
Sorry, no, we're not mocking.
All right, so we find out that she's going to Israel, and he is a virgin, so he could be a nun. I don't know if his grandmother could be a nun, but I don't think
his grandmother could. So he's a 47-year-old virgin.
But he had a girlfriend many years ago.
16 years ago. What?
I mean,
16. He says, I have not touched a woman in 16 years.
And he didn't touch her 16 years ago either.
But that's what I mean. You just kissed.
He's like, I haven't. He goes, I haven't kissed a woman in 16 years. I haven't touched a woman in 16 years. He goes, and then before that, it was 31 years. And then also during that, I never did. So
never once actually.
Right. That's okay.
Listen,
like this
it's
lifestyle.
fine. It doesn't bother me, but it's like his friend. So he goes fishing with his friend.
Yes. So yeah, he
Wasim.
Yeah, but he also wants to get engaged and divorce is not an option for them.
See, that is bananas crazy to me because you guys don't know each other at all.
So he's fishing, right? With Wasim
I wrote Wasim.
I did too.
So I think it's Wasim.
Wasim.
Sure. Wasim.
Whatever.
I don't know. This show is very long.
And you know what? So did you hear what what's his name? Nicola?
Yeah, Nicola.
Did you hear what Nicola said about fishing?
What did he say about it?
He's like, my dad used to fish.
And his dad used to fish.
Yeah, he's like, my dad used to fish. He's like, do you remember the story about my dad fishing? Like when my dad he had the loaves and then the fish and then he fed all the people.
The unleavened bread.
He's like that. Well, stop confusing stories in the Bible. I need you to focus. We're talking about John chapter 6.
This is made for you, not for me, honey.
Okay, well, let me tell you. There's no unleavened bread. The bread is extremely leavened.
Okay, well.
It's a loaf.
I'm very sorry.
You think there's an unleavened loaf?
Yeah, I'm just saying. I thought he fed the people with fish and unleavened bread.
Leavened loaves.
I'm going to say unleavened because they didn't have time for the yeast to rise. So I'm going to say unleavened.
They had the time. That was the miracle.
Guys, Auntie Julia, tell me, this was unleavened bread?
No,
it was unleavened. It was leavened.
It was leavened. You had to see how lifted it was. It went to the sky. Don't make me start cursing. It was like a Subway sandwich shop. That's what it smelled like at this speech.
Yum.
It was by the Sea of Galilee.
Oh, okay.
The disciples
takes this very seriously, but it was unleavened bread. Just so
it was leavened. This was not a Seder.
It was unleavened bread. I am telling you,
I am going to scream.
It's like when my mom says she gets her period.
This table. I'm gonna flip this whole table. It was so leavened. It was fluffy. It was like they buttered it. It was delicious. It was a whole. Like a V on the top, and they put turkey and cheese, and
there was really
black olives.
Oh wow, that's a
Subway sandwich.
Very full bread.
Yeah, Jesus used to be a sandwich artist.
So funny. I would like to see that TikTok. Jesus's sandwiches. That would be a good TikTok.
Well, like Bible.
Oh, man, you made me cry.
Made you cry your wing off.
Oh man, you did it. My wing is hanging on by a thread. It's hanging on by a bread.
No, by leavened or unleavened?
Leavened.
Okay, hold on. Jesus.
She's like, I'm gonna flip this whole table. Listen, I just remember I had this priest, Father Dowd. He was taught in 4th grade. He would like come in and talk to us because a TV fell on the nun and she had to leave, Sister Kate. It was very bad. So he came in and talked to us.
Wait, was she a virgin or not?
I think she was a virgin. I'm just saying. I think I don't think she had Greg. I could tell you that with confidence, she didn't have grandkids.
Was she even a nun?
So I think she was a nun, but yeah, we had nuns too. See, like you're not the only Catholic around here.
Right.
Unleavened bread. That's what he said. That is what he told the people. And then he made us watch all these movies. Because that's all we did after
Sister Kate. Rest in peace.
Yeah, Sister Kate, she got fucked up. That was shitty. It was really bad. It fell like on her ankle. She had to like crawl down the hallway. It was very bad.
I had Sister Francesca in 6th grade, and she had a guinea pig that she really loved more than anything in this whole world. And she was probably the meanest nun you've ever met in your whole life. And I won over her heart. You know how?
How?
I would clip her guinea pig's nails.
Of course you would. Of course. See, like you really have been the same person your whole life. Little tweaks have changed. You have always been the same person. Yeah.
Yeah. I was the vet of 6th grade.
You're still the vet.
I was the groomer.
You are still the
guinea pig groomer of 6th grade.
The other day, you're like, Chico's lip is trembling.
Let's
see if there's anything wrong with him.
I touched him everywhere too. All right, Matthew 14.
Okay.
Chapter 14, verse 17.
Okay.
And they say unto him, we have here but 5 loaves and 2 fishes. And he commanded the multitude to sit down on the grass, and took the 5 loaves and the 2 fishes. And looking up to heaven, he blessed and brake and gave the loaves to his disciples, and the disciples to the multitude. I mean, what do you want?
It wasn't leavened.
All we have here are 5 loaves of bread and 2 fish, they said. Jesus said, bring them here.
Jesus said, let the yeast rise.
Jesus said, you have to let it rest. He's like, open the oven door and let it just sit in the turned on oven.
Make sure you put like a rag on top of it.
Does anyone have a rag?
Yeah.
Does anyone have a clean dishcloth? Please, let's wait as we meditate. Then he had the people sit on the grass. He took the 5 loaves and 2 fish, lifted his face. He didn't lift it to his face. Lifted his face to heaven in prayer, blessed, broke, and gave the bread to his disciples. Okay, so now Jesus' loaves and fishes, unleavened? We don't know.
Is that where loaves and fishes came from in the Hamptons?
Yes.
Look at that.
Do you not know the story though? Honestly,
why loaves and fishes came to be in?
No, I'm saying that. No, I'm talking about the Bible story. You know it, right?
Yes, I know it.
Okay. You're just saying that because you don't want me to tell you, but it's fine.
No, you can tell me all you want.
But
I'm telling you,
I
promise you, that's why it's unleavened bread.
Okay.
You don't have to give that. You don't have to.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I just wanted to make sure that you're,
I wasn't a nun like you.
Right. But you're a woman.
I did go to Catholic school forever. I was an altar server like you.
Okay.
Yes.
Because I just felt like maybe our friendship isn't as strong as I thought.
Okay. That's funny. It says the girl who's like, religion.
I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in it.
I don't believe in it, but I know everything. So
truly.
All right. So anyway, so he talks about how his dad used to fish and his dad was a carpenter.
Right.
And I don't think he said that. That was just me. So only his grandmother's Catholic. I think he's very confused on his family tree.
Yeah. So something is wrong and off here.
Well, it's not, because he's a rosary warrior.
Tracey, him and his friends just sit on the phone and do the rosary together.
This is what we do. I mean, we just gossip.
We gossip. It's our form of the rosary. If you called me to do a full rosary,
what would you do?
I mean, honestly, I might like feed into you once, but then after that,
you would vacuum?
You're on your own. I would vacuum.
Well, that's how you find Jesus. So she gets angry if he doesn't answer the phone, even when he's fishing. And he's like, but I want to fish.
It's so silly.
Then you know what? Then you got to be single.
Yeah, sorry. You have to be single to fish.
So Wasim said that she's out of his league. I love how when they talk behind their backs, they're like, come here and tell us the truth. And he's like, listen, my friend's gross.
Right.
She's real hot. It's like, hello, he's going to see this.
She's way out of his league. And I love that he's like, he's broke. He has no life. He stays home all the time. He really threw him under the bus. Like, for real.
I got to tell you, I'd be like, listen, I know we do these novenas and everything, but like, maybe lose my number.
That's a Judas.
That's a real big Judas.
That's a Judas.
So he's also harping on her divorce, right?
Right.
And we find out that Jesus rejuvenates, because when you believe in Jesus, he washes away all your past sins. And it doesn't matter, like, even if you've been with like a lot of guys. And this is where I'm not trying to jump ahead, but Jasmine and Gino.
Right.
Jasmine had gone to a doctor to rejuvenate.
She should have gone to Jesus.
She should have prayed about it.
Jesus and the Rippers.
Jesus and the Noise.
Sorry, Jesus and the Noise. And Jesus and the Fillers. Right. I'm thinking of Jesse and the Rippers from Full House.
It's the wrong. Yeah, it's the wrong band.
Yeah, it's the wrong genre.
So, his mom wants him to marry a virgin that will give him children.
Okay.
It sounds like maybe your mom have a big disconnect, because her mom was a nun, and I feel like she didn't nun right.
But also, like, he's 47. So how
his
old is the woman supposed to be that he's with?
Right, 25.
Right.
I don't know. So we see Misha is introducing her cat to St. Francis.
Yes, very cute.
I mean, honestly, that's the best one for cats. And she is having an annulment meeting, right? And she's like, if the Catholic Church doesn't grant my annulment, and saying that my marriage was void and was a mistake, don't you work for the Catholic Church? Don't you know anyone in, like, maybe in like the office?
Don't you know any higher ups?
Someone in the office that can maybe like just like white out your marriage?
But also, if she was married for like, I don't know, 15 years,
how is that a mistake?
How is that? How can you get that annulled?
I think maybe if he was unfaithful to her.
Right. Okay. Right. Or something like fraudulent. Yeah.
Right. So her daughters think this is very weird.
Yeah, and they're like, he's not going to be our dad. We're not going to respect him. We're not going to listen to him. He just talks about the Bible. We don't care.
Right. And she's like, well, Jesus is all of our fathers.
Right. And then it makes me think, like, okay, so they're talking about him being like that. So their mom must not be like that at home. Because they're like, what if we got a boyfriend?
Right.
Like, what would he do? And she's like, no, I know. So it's like,
right.
Yeah. I don't know.
What side are you on? All right. Now we're moving on to Tyree.
Not much happens with him.
Nothing really happens. Him and his sister go and chat at Catfish Park.
Park.
He still thinks that this woman is real because she hasn't deleted him yet.
Come on.
And he thinks it might be a big misunderstanding.
Okay. Sure.
So we get Neve and Max on the case, and we reverse search these pictures, and nothing comes up. And he's like, that's great.
Right. Well, now he's relieved because he's like, well, then it must be true.
Sure. So the producers have a message from this person. And the person was like, oh, I really needed the money. What was I going to do?
I have feelings for him.
But I really needed the money and I had no choice. And he's like, well, they know what to say. They're saying all the right things.
Right. But they also
really
said
need
that
the money.
They loved him.
But they also said they really needed the money.
No, I know. But it's like, all you had to do was say that, though, because now he's like, well, don't care who is behind this.
Sure.
Yeah.
He's like, I love you too.
Gino and Jasmine.
Okay, I'm upset.
I don't like anything about this. This made me feel not good.
Okay, so
she's she's not well.
No, but both of them are not well.
No, I know, but he's a dick, but she's not well. Like he's mean.
He's very mean. So he's like, oh, I'm here. It's my second home in Panama. And she's so happy to have her baby back. And she's going to show him the love nest.
Right.
And then we meet Liz, Jasmine's sister.
Daughter.
This is the woman that was raised as her sister, because when she got pregnant with her, her mother said, let me raise her as your sister. I will be her mother.
Right. Like she went to go visit, Aunt Agnes for a few months, for 9 months.
And then she came back with a sister.
Yes. Right.
So, and then she also has a dog. Is she bringing this dog to America?
I don't know. This dog is so cute, but we never knew about this dog.
We don't know about a lot of things about Jasmine. No. So do you notice something? The bedroom looks the same as the bedroom in the apartment that they had last time.
Just like a white bed.
Yeah, but it just like the setup. It's like almost like,
yeah, I guess.
Remember they rented an apartment?
Yeah, I do. I could see that.
And I'm like, maybe it's the same building.
Is different, but yeah, it could be the same building. It's just the kitchen is different. But yes, I can see that.
So she wants him to really love it. Why do you want him to love it? You're leaving. What do you care if he likes?
I guess so. He sees where the money is worth it. I don't know.
All right. So he said that her lifestyle is becoming more luxurious.
Right. And she was never like this before.
Right. So now we go back to Gino's house and we see dirty bunk beds.
Yeah. Don't like that.
So she's like, do you want to try the bed? And he's like, no, not right now.
Okay, but stop.
But she can't stop. She is so desperate for his attention that it's like, oh, I don't know what's happening here. So he puts his dirty sneakers on the bed.
I could faint. I would break up with him right there.
He looks like he's being tortured.
He is clearly so uncomfortable, but she makes me so uncomfortable in this scene.
Both of them.
No, if this was a man acting the way she is, like he'd be in jail.
Predator.
But that's what I'm saying.
She's like, I'm not
crazy.
wearing a bra. Do you want to feel? And he rolls over away from her.
Because he's very put off. It's like, stop. Just give me 1 second.
He's going to nap.
I know. This guy's very tired.
So why does she look like this entire season so far, she looks like she just got off of like a whitewater rafting trip.
It's like, is she very, very sweaty? Like her hair looks like it was just like dipped in water. Right. She's like glistening. I think
she looks like
sweaty.
She got off like the Misty Maiden. What's that boat that you take in Niagara Falls?
Oh, I don't know.
The Maiden of the Mist.
I don't know.
You go into the falls. Yeah. She looks like she just got off that. And
it's like she was like sniffing herself in the cab and now she's like, touch me. I don't know. I think everyone's so dirty here.
He said that there is more important stuff on his mind.
Yeah, I get it though. Like not everything is about sex. Stop.
So she's making some vegan meatballs.
Right.
And she's like, here, we're going to peel the potato. And he's like, I need a peeler. And she hands him a knife and he's like, I need a cutting board. And she's like, here, use this plate. And he's like, I need the proper equipment. And he's shaking. He's having a brain malfunction.
Well, I think he's having a brain malfunction because I think he he doesn't want to be there. Like she just annoys him, I guess.
Right. But he's like, he's almost having like some kind of,
yeah.
And she's like, okay, hurry up. And he goes, I don't hurry up when I cook. And then he goes, I don't hurry up when I cook.
But why is he so mad?
It's not about this. It's because he realizes that he doesn't want to be with her. He realizes that he almost felt like he was paying for this place because they had nowhere else to go. And he sees like that.
Right.
But this is your fault, Gino.
It is, but he is right though. Like since they started on this show, like she is very different.
Of course, because she's taking a little bit and seeing and taking a little bit more and taking a little bit more and taking a little bit more.
No, I know, but even just her personality is so different. Like she's
getting more and more. Yeah, she's getting more and more desperate too.
Yeah.
So she wants him to do the carrot. He's like, I can't do the carrot. Then she wants him to do the beet, and he cannot deal with it.
Thank you for saying it was a beet. I didn't know what the hell that thing was.
Yeah. She looks possessed.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. This is scary. Everyone here is scary, but he's so mean.
But he has crazy eyes.
Yeah.
This is so like mean. This scene is like a scary movie. This is right before everyone gets murdered.
Yeah, this is like the scariest thing I've ever seen on the show.
She screams at him, I just wanted to cook you vegan food.
Well, I do get why she was upset because he was mean for no reason.
Right. But it's not. It's because he doesn't want to be there.
Right. Sure.
He said he cannot cook without the proper equipment. She's crying hysterically. And he said that she doesn't listen to him. And this is him standing up for himself. So now this is the weird thing. It's like, that's
what you choose. Right.
You're not going to peel a carrot.
Right. Like that's how you stand up for yourself.
Right.
So how about, no, I'm not paying $3,000 for some apartment.
He can't.
Right.
He can't. So she's like legit crying and she's trying to force this whole relationship.
Yes.
And this is what's cracking her up, basically.
It's definitely driving her crazy because I also think that she started off very, very confident. And it almost like, hey, I'm better than Gino. Yeah. And now it's kind of like, now Gino doesn't want me. I must be grotesque.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So also his eyes are like cuddling with his nose.
What do you mean exactly?
They're doing a big snuggle. Just like
they're all
just like they're all just very like maybe they were cold and they had no blanket. No?
Great. Sure.
Sure. Also, here's another thing that I noticed.
Yeah.
He keeps like stifling hiccups as he's talking.
Oh, I didn't notice that.
Yeah. And I'm like, is he sick maybe?
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he's someone who gets heartburn.
Yeah, but he's like he stops talking and he's like stifling hiccups. Like he's like And I'm like, the whole time.
I did not notice one
Yeah,
time.
it was very weird. So now he's gonna put on his sleeping hat and go to sleep, and she's like, I'm gonna put you to bed. And it's like, oh my God, she's gonna kill him.
With a sleeping hat.
Yeah, he's like, this is my bulletproof hat and my stab-proof hat that I sleep in here.
But here's the thing. He wears a cap, like a Yankees cap.
Yeah.
And then he sleeps face down.
Yeah, I know. It's like, ow, it's like the duck bill.
But that's what I mean.
He should get like a little wool cap, like the guy from Tom from Vanderpump
Rules. Right. Wear a beanie to bed.
Wear a little beanie.
Wear a beanie.
Beanie. So she's like, do you want me to lay with you until you fall asleep?
He's
and he's like, no.
No, I wouldn't want to either. But I know,
but why are you there then?
Clothes. Did he put on pajamas?
No.
I didn't notice. I didn't think so.
He just put on a different hat.
Yeah. Right. He had to go in the bathroom to change hats.
Also, if you're going to sleep face down, why wouldn't you put your cap backwards?
That's the whole point.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Now we see Riley, who's 48.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Something's wrong here, too.
Riley isn't well.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
All right. So he's packing. He got her pearls for her birthday.
Right.
And he's not hiring a private investigator yet.
Right. He's on the back burner. Mm-hmm.
So Alexa drives him to the airport.
Okay. So Roger pointed out they were going to JFK.
Yeah.
From Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Why is he not married? Did he not marry? Like, why is he not married to Alexa?
Because Alexa's like, no thanks.
That's so crazy.
Yep. So,
yeah.
She's like, do you think she'll show up? And he's like, I hope she'll show up.
I mean, I would hope so.
Right. But also, like, why would you ask that? Obviously, things are not good between them.
Right. Or maybe she was just prompted.
Then he tells her about the text to his dad. And she's like, oh, she's trying to turn him against you. I don't think that's what's happening.
I don't think so either.
No, I think that they're confused. I think what she's doing is she's trying to get to his dad so that his dad talks to him on her, as on her side.
Yes. I don't think she wants conflict between.
Right. So he's like, maybe I will hire the private investigator. You're going to hire the private investigator while you're there?
What's
He's going to follow you around. You're going to be with her. Or you're going to follow after you leave. Shouldn't you do that before to see if you wanted to go?
That's so dumb.
So weird. All right. Well, he said that he doesn't need to understand things. He needs to overstand things.
Okay. I do like that because me too.
All right. So he meets Tony at the airport, who's going to go meet his lady friend.
Her name is Pasha.
This is like when David went to Russia or Ukraine.
Yes.
Where was he? In Ukraine?
I
right?
think. I thought Russia. I don't remember. Yeah, he went to Kiev.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To meet Maria. Was it Maria?
No, that's Caesar's girl.
Whatever. He went to go meet Lana.
Yeah. Yes, Lana.
And he was in that limo. Oh no, this was Caesar. Caesar went to go meet the girl,
Maria.
And he was in that limo with all of the guys that were going to find wives.
Yes. He was at Ukraine, right?
Yes.
He was in the Ukraine. Yes.
All right. So we meet Violet again. She's 43. She lives in Ho Chi Minh and she's a math teacher. She was married for 15 years.
Right.
And she has 2 daughters and she left her ex because he didn't support her emotionally.
Yeah, and she's very independent.
She's
strong.
a very independent woman.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to date a man who controls her, so she's trying to date a foreign man because all the men around there control women.
Okay.
She also says, quote, I love dog. And she liked his picture with his dog. And her family knows about him, but not her friends.
Right.
So they go for birthday drinks and she tells her friends and they ask if he's handsome. And she said he's funny and hardworking.
Right. So
okay, Noelle.
Yeah.
Ask me if I think you're pretty.
Tracey, do you think I'm pretty?
I think you're very loyal to me.
Right. Noelle, I think you're very funny.
I think you're a great person.
Right.
Really, like, okay, that's another thing. Like when people ask me if other comics are funny, I'll be like, he's so nice.
You do say that. Yeah, you do.
Yeah. So she said that they fight a lot. And she wants him to trust her and stop asking about her past. And I got to tell you, I think he does. I think he like obsesses.
I think so too. I think he like badgers her constantly. Yeah, me too.
Like, what, are you still in love with your ex?
Right. And it's like he doesn't think she's divorced or she got divorced in a timely enough fashion for him. So do I. Okay. Yeah, so do I.
I think she has like kind of strong energy.
I like her. I don't know about Misha. Nicola. You know?
Yeah, I don't think he's a bad person. I think
I don't think he's a bad person. I
think he's just confused about his grandmother.
Me too. I mean, I think he should maybe do an ancestry.
Do you think that his grandmother was like some kind of like bookie or something?
Maybe.
And he was like, "Grandma, what do you do for work?" And she's like, I'm a nun."
Right. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a nun. If anyone asks, I'm a nun.
That makes actually much more
And he's
sense.
like, "No, Grandma, you're really a nun." And she's like, "Yeah, and I'm in private sanitation."
And my
he's
name's
like,
Junior.
And that's what you call a callback.
That's what you call a full circle, Tracey.
That's a callback right there. All right, guys. You know what to do. Patreon.com/Trash Talk Podcast, where you could find our other podcasts, So Pumped on Vanderpump Rules. And you're gonna find The Other Way.
Yep, it's coming.
It's coming. TraceyCarnazzo.com for everything podcast related and Tracey Carnazzo related. I have some great tour dates coming up. I am opening for Hannah Burner, formerly of Summer House, on tour this summer in a city near you. Go to TraceyCarnazzo.com. Make sure you follow the podcast at 90 Day Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. Follow Noelle at Noe Girl on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Make sure you follow the podcast on TikTok, Trash Talk Podcast on TikTok. Follow me at Trixie Tuzini on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. TrixieTuzzini. TraceyCarnazzo.com. TraceyCarnazzo.com. You know where to go.
Bye forever.
Bye.